Hello and welcome to the Inappropriate Crafter. This is my first video. I bought this box this morning from someone on Facebook Marketplace, and I was in such a hurry to crack on and get it sorted out. I didn't start filming until now, and I've just been prompted by somebody to get on and do it. So what we've got here, it's a ammunition tin. When I picked it up this morning, it was in quite a bit of a state, filthy, rusty, and the handle was rusted solid. So what I've done this morning so far is given it a bit of a clean. I use, as you'll begin to see throughout my videos, I just use whatever I've got lying around in the house, in the shed. So trusted can of light oil to free it up, to free up the handle and the latch while I was doing something else. That soaked in for sort of 10 minutes. Then wiped it all off and just gave it a bit of a sanding with one of these blocks. I find them quite helpful. This one's quite a coarse grain, and it quickly stripped off some of the coating and the rust and the sort of rubbish that was on there. Then what I decided to do was just go over it with a couple of different wire brushes. This is a steel wire brush and a bronze bristle brush. These would have both come from house clearances or something like that and ended up in my shed rather than either in the bin or being sold at a car boot. So went over them with that, then bit of fine wire wool just to smooth it down a little bit and get rid of some of the marks that the bristles of the brushes have made. Then finally brushed it off with a nylon brush to get rid of some of the dust, and then just again with an old rag. So the can is now it's prepared. The next stage is to polish it, but what I thought I'd do is just tell you a little bit about what this actually is. So cleaning it down, it revealed that it was made in 1967, so it's quite an old can, not far off sort of 60 years old. There is some stenciling, this is military stenciling, and it tells you that it contains 2,400 cartridges of 2.2 rimfire, which is very probably for cadet use. The box opens up by just pulling the latch up and just quite vigorously pulling it open. Some of them are stiffer than others. Now these boxes, these ammo tins, they're sealed so you don't get air or water into the contents, which wouldn't be helpful, so it preserves the contents. They're made of galvanized steel. The older ones are galvanized all over, and the more modern ones, it's just the lids that tend to be galvanized. The top comes off, and that leaves just the can with this arrangement on one side that means that you can attach it to a machine gun if it has machine gun rounds in it. So that's the can ready to go, and I've got some bits and pieces ready to clean it. Now this Simonize, this is a very good brand of car wax. This can, as you can see, it's probably 40 years old, and it came from somebody's shed a few years ago, and there was plenty in it, and I decided to to, rather than throw it away, to use the contents, and on some of the stuff that I've polished before with this, it works really well. Don't worry that it looks a little bit sort of crusty and tatty, because it's perfectly fine. Then once I've completely finished with the tin, I clean it up and stick it in with a bundle of other tins and sell it as a little vintage tin. So even the old stuff and the containers, somebody will want to buy it. So simonize, quite straightforward, like with any wax. As the Karate Kid said, it's wax on, wax off. So just get in there with your cloth and literally start rubbing it on. It doesn't take very much to coat it, to cover the metal that you're polishing, and just get some on there. Try and get it in everywhere you can, no pun intended, and just work that around it. I don't tend to bother with the insides. There's no real point to my mind. I'm just preparing it so that I can hopefully sell it or use it to put something in and sell that. So that's the outside done. Just a quick go on the lid. And this the wax will also work its way into the moving bits, the hinge clips and the front. Now I've dropped the back of the can down the back of the my little table, which is something else. I don't know what it was originally for, but I just put some logs on it to raise it and clipped it to the front of the bench, and it serves nicely for putting the gin and tonic on in the evenings and for doing this kind of thing. So here we are. That is just quickly, nicely waxed. Just let that dry for a little bit. Doesn't matter if you get it on your hands. It's just, there's nothing really, I mean, I wouldn't eat it, but there's nothing particularly problematic with getting it on your skin, unless you've got you know, issues with your skin. So let's have a quick look at polishing it. Now it's so it goes on, and it kind of it slides on quite easily, and then buff it off when it dries a bit. And the buffing part, you will find that it starts off tacky to the cloth, but then once you've got all the wax covered and buffed, it starts to go shiny, the job starts to go shiny, and the cloth moves more smoothly over the metal. So this is literally all it takes. So I'm already quite pleased with the results. This is my This is my normal style of doing things. I'm not doing it any particularly quickly for the, for the film. I'm just doing it at my normal speed. It's a bit strange to me to be talking while I'm doing it, because normally I just sit around thinking. But we'll get on to some of the thoughts that I have another time. Just give a quick rub down inside there, just to make sure there's no little bits and pieces. So that, now I don't know if you can see, but where that's waxed, it's kind of shiny, and the unpolished, the unbuffed part, it's just dull until I go over it with this cloth. These cloths, I tend to use cotton rags if I can find something, old t-shirts, bedding, towels, that kind of thing, anything that's got a high cotton content, because I find it produces better results in moving polish around, soaking oil, cleaning things. Far better to use cotton based cloth than to use man-made fibres. Although if I can only get hold of something with man-made fibres, then I'll give that a go. Right, so that is pretty much it. So I don't want to be doing that too long. The other thing that I should perhaps mention is the value of the item versus how long it takes to clean it. So it wouldn't be worthwhile me spending a great deal of time polishing this up, cleaning it right back to metal, doing anything other than what I'm doing, because I'm not going to get the money back. So the time that I'm investing on this is sufficient for the value that I'm going to get out of it. Now, if I'd been a bit more switched on myself and shown this in its previous, as bought condition, then I might have gained something by doing that, but I'll try and do that for the next video. So there it is, nicely polished up, ready for sale. So thanks for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, and do all the things that people do that will help me to advance the channel. See you on the next one.